What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be getting into The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 4. But before we get into all of that, I want to thank you for stopping by, liking, commenting, sharing all of that stuff. Once again, if it's not for you guys tuning in, we would not be getting to the heights that we're getting to today. So thank you. I hope that today's the day that we earn that subscription. You hit the red subscribe bar down below, and you'll always be alerted to new episodes of Tully Television. Let's go straight to the moon, baby. All right, let's get into it. Mandalorian, episode 4 of season 3. I have to make a little pothead joke beforehand because it's chapter 20, episode 4, chapter 20. Oh, stupid. I know, okay? I know. Excuse me. This episode is entitled The Foundling. Writers for this is Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. I normally don't say who directs these episodes too much anymore. Unless it's kind of a bigger name. Carl Weathers directed this episode, which I like because he seems to have as much care for this series as, say, Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau. Of course, the stars are Pedro Pascal as Mando, Katie Sackhoff as Bo-katan, Emily Swallow as the Armorer, Ahmed Best as Kelleron BEQ, Wesley Kimmel as Ragnar, the young foundling Mandalorian that's in this episode, and Tate Fletcher as Paz, Visa, which is the father of Ragnar in this episode. I thought that this episode was definitely the best episode out of the 4 that have come out so far. It's been a little slow running. A lot of people have not been coming back because of a bunch of different reasons. They feel like Grogu shouldn't have come back. They feel like Cara Dune should have never, the actress who plays her should have never been fired. So there's been a lot of missteps so far to some people. But as far as this episode, season, I have to say, has been a little slow. But with this episode, it's been pretty, it kind of put it back up there. It was a little bit more action-packed. We open up with Bo-katan walking through the settlement, the Mandalorian settlement, so to speak, as all the Mandalorians are training. They're doing various trainings of fight-to-fight, hand-to-hand combat rounds. They're doing target practice. They're doing jetpack practice and all these other types of things. We even see two doing a flamethrower off, so to speak, where each of them are trying their flamethrowers against each other. It's basically steel sharpening steel to keep them ready and limber for any confrontations that may come their way. So, what we do then... Sorry, my throat's a little dry today. We pick up a Grogu checking out the beach and playing with some rocks. Bo-katan goes over and checks on him. Mando comes over. And we see Bo-katan and Mando basically being kind of like the adoptive parents of Grogu in a way. Grogu seems to be settling in a little bit with the new environment, and Mando tells him that it's kind of time to start walking the way of the Mandalore. As he gets up, we see that the stones are really hermit crabs trying to hide from Grogu and his insatiable appetite, I guess. And they all go running away after Grogu gets picked up and gets carried away. We then see Grogu having Mando challenges for Grogu against Ragnar, a young Mandalorian trying to also learn the way, learn the path, do the training. Being that he was the one challenged, he got to choose the weapons, and he chose pistols, so to speak, which these pistols only shoot out paintballs for the time being. They're not giving children like real weapons to try to kill each other with. Everyone thinks, of course, that, Grogu is so small, and this kid is going to be able to just like punt kick him to the moon, I guess, right? Even the armorer is out to kind of take a look at what's going on. And of course, Ragnar gets the first 2 shots on him because it's who can never get 3 shots on their opponent first wins. And each shot that Grogu takes, he's looking over at Mando, and Mando's like, I know what you can do. You're like basically mind fucking yourself. Relax and show them what I know about you. And then Grogu gets back into it, right? And he does this force jump up and comes back again, does another force jump, and then tags the kid with the 3 paintball bullets. And winds up winning the confrontation. The kid kind of goes off to the side because at one point during this interaction, Mando says, maybe this lesson is for you, meaning to the kid, because he's thinking like, I got this, and it's basically, don't judge the appearances of this battle just because you think you can win. You may just lose, So that was an important lesson for that young Mandalorian to learn. But as he's kind of sulking off to the shores of the beach there, this dragon-like creature comes and gets him and takes off. And of course, everyone's bugging out. Some Mandalorians take off on their jetpacks to try to chase him. But being that he's just flying, they lose the fuel out of their jetpacks, so they can't continue to chase him, and they're like still like bugging out because like, where is he going? But then Bo-katan, trying to be useful, flies her ship and winds up tracking down the young Mandalorian to where he is, goes back, tells everyone where he's at. The father decides to go with the troop of Mandalorian, Bo-katan, and some other Mandalorians that the armorer allows to go with them to save this foundling. Grogu and him are considered foundlings in this Mandalorian world. And saving a foundling is the best thing that you can do in their eyes, because what you're doing is you're showing you want the future to be secure in this, what we're doing. This is the way. So they finally get to the nest, and the father can't control it anymore. He goes into the nest, and it's the like little chick versions of this big monstrosity of a bird, and he's realizing it's not his son. The mother comes, and she gets ready to feed the chicks. She starts like doing this heaving because it's like, where is the kid? And she throws him up and is hanging him and is about to feed him to the chicks. And then that's it. All the Mandalorians that came for the rescue trip decide to attack this bird. It's really a huge bird. For lack of a better term, I don't know the creature's name. of the species, and they're trying their best to take this creature out. And finally, they get to save the Foundling by taking out this big bird. Big bird. It really looks cool, man. The way they filmed it and everything, it was really action-packed, this episode, in my opinion. As Grogu is with the armorer during this rescue mission, the armorer decides to forge a new piece of his armor with scrap pieces of the steel that they use. Because as a Mandalorian, you're supposed to donate some of your steel to a community pot, so to speak. And she used the steel to forge Grogu a chest plate to go over his steel mesh vest with Mando's insignia on it, basically like a family crest. And she's explaining to Grogu what it means to walk the way and everything, and he's listening to her. But as she's pounding the steel, his brain is flooded with memories of his time at the Jedi Temple during the execution of Order 66. And we finally see how he was able to escape out of here. And it was with the help of Jedi Master Kelleran BQ. I'm just going to call him Kelleran. Jedi Master Kelleran winds up saving Grogu and taking off with him from the Jedi Temple. And eventually, between then and the first episode or two of Mando is where Kelleran probably was separated from Grogu, and then Grogu was taken, obviously, to make clones and stuff out of, or use his midichlorians to insert into a clone body of someone else. So we get to officially see how Grogu got to escape the Jedi Temple. We see in his body language and facial expressions that this still affects him today and still traumatizes him today. He is one of the last of his kind, meaning the Jedi. We don't see too many of his species, period. We've only seen Yoda and Yaddle so far. So Grogu is kind of like the third member of this species that we've come across. There goes my pen. But I thought that was a pretty cool backstory origin for Grogu. It'd be kind of cool to see a little bit more of this Jedi Kelleran in the future. Maybe he's still around. But we'll see how that goes and how that plays out for the rest of the season. Everyone comes back with the Foundling they went to go save. Everyone is celebrating, having a great time. And as we're wrapping up the episode, we see Bo-katan talking to the armorer. The armorer decides to rebuild her like a new shoulder pad out of the steel. And she asks for the mythosaur insignia skull to go on it. And discusses with the armorer about seeing the mythosaur back on Mandalore. Seems like the armorer is not believing this offhand. She believes that Bo-Katan believes that she's seen a mythosaur. But as far as actually seeing a mythosaur, I don't think the armorer at this point of the show believes her. But obviously it's going to lead into some sort of decision for Bo-Katan on whether she wants to remain walking the way with these Mandalorians or break off in her own way. The armorer seems to be really set in her ways, but she also recently learned that the living waters of Mandalore can be reached. So maybe she doesn't know everything that she thinks to be true is true. So we'll see if the armorer grows any more insight about what to do over the next few episodes as well. We seem to be picking up a little bit on how things are leading up for this season as far as that part of the story is concerned. That's all I have for now for this review. Again, I thought this episode was a little bit more action-packed to the degree it gave a little bit more backstory on Grogu and introduced a possible new character for us to learn about in Jedi Kelleran. Let me know what your thoughts are down below about this episode. If I missed anything, you let me know down below. And until next time, peace, Snookums.